Alright, I've reviewed some pretty good mechs on this channel, and I think it's fair to say that all of them were awesome. But they are nothing compared to this absolute beast. You asked for it, so here you go. Let's talk about why this is indeed the best LEGO mech of all time. But we're not just going to talk about what makes this awesome. No, I want to also discuss the parts selection in this set. I'm going to give you some ideas for how you can use these pieces in your own amazing creations. And I've got a nice little treat for you waiting at the end. Let's do this. Cole's Titan Dragon Mech. It came out last year, but you can still buy this today at LEGO stores, at lego.com. It's still readily available, for the most part. And right off the bat, this set demands your attention. This 16-inch tall set, with its gigantic sword and its beautiful striking golden wings. It is a thing of beauty. However, let me draw your attention to the insane posability and movement that this set has. We'll start off with the legs. You might be aware in the past that we've had a large amount of LEGO mech sets that didn't have any knee movement whatsoever. It's been a bit of an issue that's plagued the AFOL community for quite some time. From my understanding, the reason that LEGO does this is because it makes it a bit easier when kids are playing with their mech set. You know, if they slam it down on the ground, it's not going to buckle at the knees and just sort of fall flat on the floor. This way it's strong and it's sturdy. I guess that makes sense. But even if it makes sense, I want knees on my mechs. Well, this set elegantly gives the character knees, and it keeps things incredibly durable and sturdy. It solves both of those inherent problems. And just look at how satisfying this movement is. Wow. That extended knee that's locked in place up front, it rises and it falls as the knee moves up and down. And you get that little bit of orange popping out as well. Because not only is it very fun to lift up and down, but this section acts as a sort of additional layer of support. The knee essentially has two connection points that lock everything in place. And on top of it having some insane durability and posability, it also looks awesome. The dark bluish grey cheese slopes looking like some kind of ventilation, these brilliant gold accents, and the perfect amount of shaping on the armor. I mean, this is some next level stuff. The feet, they also boast an exceptional range of movement. I mean, look at how those pistons move and flex as the feet swivel side to side. I love it when posable designs also just look good. So stylish. We also have some thigh rotation up top. It's worked in so subtly that you might totally miss that this is here. And then the leg, it can move back and forth. It's nice too that the waist armor kind of moves with the leg. And then if it gets stuck in a bit of a strange position, you can simply push it back out and just pop it back into place. And it looks great. So satisfying. And with all that crazy amount of movement, well, of course, you can pose this set in so many ways. Whether it's a dynamic fighting pose or some kind of like sick running position. It can do it all. And it's insanely impressive that the legs, they can support the weight of this immense body design. This is an engineering marvel. Oh, but we're not done with that posability. We got ourselves a great little bit of torso rotation, and also the arms. They can move up and down with a great array of flexibility. There's just something so fun about moving this around. We have the same kind of rotation that we saw on the legs up here on the arms. Very nice, very nice. And thanks to some sturdy rotation joints, the entire arm can move up and down. Heck yeah. And then one last detail, the pseudo wings at the back. They can kind of flap back and forth. And if you want to, the golden blades, they're resting on these clips, so you can move them around like so. You know, I would have been totally fine if these were completely static wings, if they didn't move whatsoever. But the ability to let them breathe a little bit, it does make it very fun to pose the character. And you can get him in all sorts of great poses because of this movement. It's great. Man, do you see how much is packed into this set? I've only just spoken about the insane movement that it has, and I haven't even focused on the mech itself. So let's do that. I love the highlights of dark bluish grey that have kind of snuck their way into the design. Since this is Cole's mech and Cole is a ninja of Earth, well, this is just very appropriate. But I enjoy the kind of subtlety of only showing a little bit of that Earth motif. Speaking of subtlety, I'm surprised that this set is called Cole's Titan Dragon Mech. I guess the wings on the back do give off a bit of a kind of subtle dragon motif, but that's kind of the only thing that does. Nothing about this really screams dragon. Maybe the Ninjago lore fixes that issue and this is a lot more dragon-like in the story. But sorry, I don't know much about Ninjago lore. But also, let's be real, I don't think it's a big issue if this isn't very dragon-like. It still looks cool and that's all that matters. And speaking of looking cool, we've got Cole riding up top here, and then a separate head for the mech just above him. I appreciate that they gave this a robot head. I don't think it would have looked that good if the face of the mech was just Cole's minifigure head. I think that would have looked a little bit strange. And plus, I really like the fact that you could totally remove Cole from the set and you could just have a cool looking robot. And look at this head. The use of a Moon Knight weapon element up front, and these two golden swords at the back. Sensational. What a sick design. Cole himself also looks pretty cool. And you know what? I love how far Ninjago has come after all these years. Bro barely looks like a ninja. He's more of a, I don't know, cyberpunk kind of cool looking dude. But honestly, that's so sick. I'm totally for this. And it's nice to see him wielding some trans orange katanas. Some good stuff. And speaking of swords, oh baby, how good does this look? What a sick idea to use the new Dune Ornithopter wing piece. Then you recolor it in gold and you turn it into a blade. Genius. And thanks to the insane sturdiness of this mech, he can easily hold up that blade with ease and grace. I mean, there's all manner of awesome details and even some nice sticker additions on this set. I mean, there isn't a single part of this set that isn't perfection. And it's a pretty good parts pack as well. So let's check out what pieces are included here and see how you can use them in your own custom creations. We'll kick off with that gold Ornithopter blade, which currently only comes in gold in this set. Alex C. Parson uses this element for some legs on a giant spider. I mean, hey, spiders are horrifying creatures, so to use swords for its feet, that's kind of the perfect way to make it even more scary. It's quite fitting. Or, hey, maybe you could use this piece like Ryan Z has done. Build yourself a little helicopter robot, and these pieces are going to become the focal point of this creation. It looks good. I showed you those black pistons that were on the mech's legs. So what about those? How could they be used? Well, a builder called Dirty Dan Richards, they've used these pistons in silver to make a nice little blaster. I mean, that looks pretty good in silver, but I think it would look just as good in a stylish black. And hey, what about those rock texture pieces? Well, it only makes sense that you do like Alex Swandon has done, and you build yourself a cute little rock monster. I mean, it's got that great rock texture on that piece. This feels like a match made in heaven. I'm quite a big fan of these Nexotile pieces. You get some with stickers and some without. But check out how Lois Nuva has used them right here, placing them on the side of a thigh design. It's a good way to cap things off and yeah, build yourself a very small and compact leg. Nice work. The set comes with 8 of these dark bluish grey mechanical arm pieces. And getting so many of them means you're well on your way to doing something like Mathadrone has done. Look at that. Stringing a bunch of them together to form a sick looking jacket. How good does that look? Perhaps you could do the same. Hey, and we also got this nice gold blade piece. Thankfully you get a few of them in this set. Destiny's Bound, well, they simply use this as a weapon for a revamp of Karzani. And hey, I think this is a great reminder that this piece is essentially just a new Bionicle element. It looks enough like one. Just because it came in a Ninjago set doesn't mean that you can't put it on your next Bionicle mock, because like we can see here, it looks pretty cool. Oh hey, and I like this 1x2 gold slope element. And I really like how Rival Bio uses it right here. We'll have to zoom in on the hands so you can see, but check it out. You get 4 of them and you use them to make up the armor on the knuckles. It's a pretty simple way to armor this up, and doesn't it just look good? And finally, we cannot forget the various ball and socket pieces that are included here. Take some notes from old Sparrow Legs, and you'll see that he's used these pieces for a frame on his custom mech. See, if you look closely here at the arms, you'll notice these pieces. I tell you what man, these are invaluable pieces. If you're gonna build your own custom mech, you need some of these. Oh, and speaking of mechs, here's that surprise that I promised you earlier. A builder called Demon 1408 2000, well, they've taken the pieces that come in this set and they've constructed an alternate build. I mean, that's always a very fun challenge. Restricting your part selection to maybe like 1 or 2 sets and seeing what else you can make. And hey, dude, how good is this? We got an awesome new face design with some lovely gold crescent stuff up top. And some truly sensational shaping on this armor. It's so nice, it's so clean. Ah, and what a sick idea to hang the blade from his shoulder. Something very dynamic about that. This is just a great reminder that you don't need 100 sets to be able to build your own custom creation. You can buy 1 set and just use those pieces to build something fantastic. Perhaps you could try an alternate build for yourself. You could do it with this set or any other set. And that's that. That's a look at the best LEGO mech that they have ever made. I tell you what though, Ninjago is always killing it with new mech designs. It's very possible we're going to see something even better very, very soon. I guess we'll have to stay tuned. But in the meantime, if you need more building inspiration, then please take a look at the links below. You can find the social media of everyone waiting for you right there. Thank you for watching guys, happy building, and bye for now. Ben, did you just review a set that's a year old? Oh my god.